Welcome to our SmarTracks webinar. This webinar is meant for athletes and coaches who either train on a SmarTracks location or who are interested in installing SmarTracks in their sports location. The purpose of the webinar is to explain what SmarTracks is and how it works. The current webinar focuses on introductory information on SmarTracks locations and the technology behind them. SmarTracks is a training tool for timing and performance diagnostics. It supports coaching and finds use in different sports that are related to athletic training. This is track and field, but also any other sport that has an athletic component to it, for example, soccer, American football, basketball, etc. At UMotion, we develop and provide the SmarTracks technology. For SmarTracks locations, we cooperate with construction partners who integrate the SmarTracks timing gates into sports locations worldwide. There are currently around 200 SmarTracks locations. On our locations website, you can take a closer look at all these facilities. The SmarTracks system consists of three basic components. First, the magnetic timing gates. The gates create a magnetic field which is picked up by a measuring device. The timing gates come in a mobile version or in a fixed installed version, which are the SmarTracks locations. Second, the measuring device. The measuring device picks up the magnetic gates and records the movement of an athlete. This measuring device is either a smartphone or a DX sensor. The DX sensor measures at a 500 Hz frequency. Besides runs, the DX are also able to measure all sorts of standardized performance diagnostics related tests, like vertical jumps and tappings. The third component is the application for data analysis. This is either the SmartTracks Diagnostics PC software or the SmartOne smartphone app. The diagnostic software and the SmartOne app each have their own qualities as to how many people you can measure and what kind of tests you can do. If you want to know more about the difference, please feel free to check out our website, smarttracks.run. When talking about SmartTracks locations, we mean tracks or turfs that have our in-ground timing gates installed. A timing gate is always made up by two magnetic elements. These elements are inserted vertically into the ground at around 1,22 m apart. For example, on a track, this is usually done right under the lining. These integrated gates cannot hinder athletes and do not require any setup. They also do not need power, batteries, and are not influenced by weather or vandalism. As you cannot see the timing gates, how do you know where they are? The position of gates is typically marked with little black triangles on the lines. This can differ depending on local marking conventions. Besides the markings, there are three main information sources to know whether and where a location has SmartTracks timing gates. First, signs at the locations. These show what parts of the sport location have the SmartTracks system integrated and where exactly the gates have been placed. Second, the SmartRun app. In this free app, there is a map where you can see your location plan and know where to find the timing gates. Third, the location website. In this website, you can search and filter locations, get detailed information, and download the location plan. If you cannot find the information you are looking for, please contact us via mail or phone. We are happy to assist. There is variety in how many gates are installed in a location. Agility test setups, like for the Illinois Agility Test or the 5-10-5 shuttle, have a fixed amount of gates. For runs, be it sprint or long distance, you can install as many gates as preferred. It depends on how many intermediate results one wishes to have. For example, in the presentation's track example, there is a gate installed every 50 meters on the inner round lanes. The sprint area has a higher density of timing gates. The minimum distance between two gates is 5 meters. SmartTracks gives total results as well as results for each interval. Depending on the number of gates, one can get a quite detailed report of one's running performance. In operation, the SmartTracks technology looks like this. An athlete is wearing a belt with a sensor or smartphone on his or her lower back. If he or she is running on a lane with timing gates, the passing of the gate is detected by the measuring device. Where there are gates, there is a permanent increased magnetic field. This field is mountain shaped. It increases as its peak exactly where the gates are embedded into the surface and then drops sharply. The sensor recognizes the magnetic field strength and can pinpoint the peak of the field. That is where a timestamp is set. This technology is quite the opposite of what light barriers do. With light barriers, the barrier itself detects something passing it. Here, the measuring device records the passing of a gate. This means two things. One, there is a fixed point of measurement on the athlete's body, namely the lower back. And second, multiple people can pass a gate at the same time, and nothing like a reset of the gate is needed. The following video gives you an idea of the system in action. In this video, there are mobile timing gates so that you can clearly see where the gates are. The athlete is running with a DX sensor, which delivers real-time timing data to the SmartRun app. The SmartRun app is free of charge and can be used on any SmartTracks location to time runs, either by using the smartphone itself as a measuring device or a DX sensor. Most smartphones hold the sensors that are needed in order to carry out measurements. These are the accelerometer, gyroscope, and magnetometer. Smartphone sensors come in different qualities, but as long as the smartphone holds the mentioned sensors, they can be used to measure a run on a SmartTracks location. We have a separate webinar available on how to measure a run with the SmartRun app. Feel free to have a look. If you need support, don't hesitate to contact our support team. We are always happy to help. We have a support space on our website that holds many explanatory videos, quick start guides, and manuals. We very much appreciate your feedback. Thank you for your attention.